The View co-host Meghan McCain is loving life with her baby girl Liberty, and she's getting candid about her motherhood journey, from sleep deprivation to who's on diaper duty.
It's such an adjustment. I think, as like everybody who has a newborn knows, it's like now sleeping in is like till 5:30, and I don't know, something must happen to your body like chemically where you're like, I don't know, there's supposed to be something primitive that kicks in because I don't feel as tired anymore. If I get like 4 hours of sleep, I'm like, oh my God, that's like 4 hours of sleep. But I'm just like everybody else trying to juggle everything, and I have a wonderful husband who I know there are some families that do things differently, but we're like 50-50 with diapers and everything. And like, it is even, we do this together. And I don't think I could like do it without. And I have like family, like my mother-in-law helps. My mom recently came because she got vaccinated. So she was able to come to DC, and she was, she's very helpful. She's like the baby whisperer, like Liberty's obsessed with her.
And Meghan says baby Liberty makes her feel more connected to her own beloved father, the late Senator John McCain.
I can't believe how much I like motherhood, honestly. I was really scared of having kids. I was really back and forth about whether or not I was even going to do it. And I can't believe like how obsessed with it I am. And I want to have like 10 more. I love everything about it. Like I love it. And it makes me feel really connected to my dad in a way, because this like pure love that I had for him, I thought I was never gonna experience it again. And I feel it like with Liberty, but like on acid. Like it's like everything I loved about my dad, but he was imperfect and she's just perfect.
And to keep his memory alive, Meghan finds herself sharing her father's motto with her daughter.
Just like funny things, like I'll say to her, like, there's no crying in baseball, because sometimes like babies like kind of fake cry, or they're like, she's just fussy. And I'm like, we're not going to do that. There's no crying in baseball. And he used to say that to me. And just like funny things.
After a long labor and an emergency C-section, Meghan suffered from postpartum preeclampsia and had to remain hospitalized for a week after Liberty's birth. Now she's opening up about her grueling recovery and how it not only affected her post-baby plans, but also her perspective.
After I gave birth, I was in the hospital for like, they normally expect you after a C-section like 2 days, and you're already in so much pain. And I couldn't even walk to the shower by myself. I couldn't like walk to the bathroom by myself. I was like a mess physically. Like I was in the same clothes after I gave birth for like 4 or 5 days. And I remember having to have Ben help me brush my teeth. It was very, very humbling. They hook you up to an IV with magnesium, and you have to stay. I ended up staying a full week after I gave birth. And I was just like losing it, because obviously you want to go home, and COVID's so scary, with so many people coming out of the hospital, and she was just born and being like super hormonal and just also on medication. And I was totally a mess. And it took a lot of time for me to physically recover afterward. I had wanted to go back to the show for the election, and I had actually like really planned on it. Like I really was like, okay, I can give birth at the end of September, beginning of October, and I will be back for the election, because that's around 6 weeks. And I'm a soldier and all these things. And I took my full 3 months, because I needed that time to recover and to bond. And it's deeply humbling and deeply, I think everybody needs like a kick in the ass of reality once in a while. This is like, having birth is like taking me on my knees, like in the sense that just like I surrender to all things that women have to go through. And like, I just have such respect for all women everywhere who do this in all ways.
For more on Meghan McCain, pick up this week's issue of People on Newsstands Friday.